Well, today's a very somber day. It's been a rough 24 hours. We had what we did not expect to happen so soon anyway. We thought we had done what we needed to protect our chickens, and that wasn't the case. Gonna give you a little bit of a tour, give you a little bit of background story on what's going on. So stay tuned. Welcome to Simply Home and Harvest. I'm Jen, and join me for the day. We are down to 5 sweet little chickens this morning. We had a very sad thing happen last night. We were actually letting them free range just a little bit, and just over here in this area right beside our coop, right on the edge of the woods, we lost 2 of our chickens to a hawk last night. And we were actually nearby. Alex was outside and saw it all happen, but wasn't close enough to really do anything. He had located 3 of the other chickens, and they were off to themselves, and realized that something was going on. And by the time we got over there, the hawk was taken off with one and had killed our barred rock and took off with one of our Australorps. And we only had 3 chickens at the time, and we're missing 2. We thought the other 2 had been taken as well, but thank the Lord they were recovered. And so we have 5 healthy little chickens that are a little bit shook up. Everybody's kind of somber today. Tim's actually in the coop, and he is working on getting these gaps. We just had just a little bit of gap right here, but we're gonna go ahead and get all our gaps covered, so there will be no way that anything can get into our run. And for now, this is where the chickens will stay. Like I said, we were letting them free range, but we weren't really letting them get too far. We were out here most of the time. We were right close by them and training them with the feed and the cup, and Alex does a wonderful job taking care of them. So very sad day for us, very sad day for Alex. I won't get Alex on camera.
No.
But our day yesterday actually started out with a trip to the ER. When weed eating Friday night, he got into some, we think, poison ivy, poison sumac, I guess is how you say it, or oak, something poisonous, right? And it got on his face, got into his eye, and we had to go to the ER yesterday and have him checked out, and then the evening ended like it did. Today we are out here working on this part, and I wanted to show you the door, our automatic door. Tim got that installed, and that's been working really well. This is the 3rd morning that we've used it, and we set it. It has a timer up here. You set it to what time at night you want it to close.
You can do dusk till dawn,
dusk
or
till
you
dawn.
Can set it for specific times.
Yeah.
It's got a clock on it, battery. I'm really impressed with it for what it cost.
Really cool.
Got a lot of good reviews on Amazon. I've seen a few other people have used it as well.
Yeah, and a lot of people told us, oh, that's the way to go. Get the automatic door. You'll be happy you did. And so far.
One point to know: if you're going to do it, do not cut out your chicken door first.
Oh yes, that's true.
We cut out our chicken door too big.
Yeah.
And I ended up having to reframe the whole thing so that it would fit, because our door was too big for that.
Yeah.
So if you're going to do it, do not cut it out unless you go and take measurements for it. Originally we were just going to build a regular door.
Yeah. That's right. And then we got to thinking about what that might entail. So let me come in here. Can I get in, you think?
Oh, yeah.
Right. Hey, girls. Excuse me. Oh, yeah, you want to give them a tour? This is one of our buffs. I know the stapler's in your way.
Grab that stapler out. Prefer not to have poop.
Yeah. Stick it up there. But you can see, here's the door. And they are so smart. These girls are so smart. They know to get inside. And that door, they are always tucked inside. We didn't even have to train them to do that. They knew to do that. and get inside
Only the
before
first night.
the first night. Yeah, we
Watch
did.
me.
So yeah, in the morning they come on out. We did miss our barred rock this morning. She was always the one that let them out. Look at the blue in her feathers. Will it come through on camera?
It's kind of a bluish green.
Yeah, it's so
very
pretty. Very pretty. So we're down to our 3 buff Orpingtons and 2 of our black Australorp. We're going to try our best to keep these girls happy and safe. And then in spring, we have plans to add to our brood. So here's a good look at it. In case you're interested, this is the Kebonics chicken door opener, and we were able to purchase this on Amazon. I'll leave the link in the description box below. The ironic thing behind all this is that when we purchased our chickens and we asked, about the kind of breeds to get, the black Australorp was recommended to us because they are less susceptible to prey attacks by hawks because of their black color. Most of the time they leave them alone because they think it's a crow. So that is a myth, or it was not our case. But yeah, that was one reason why we actually picked that breed, and that was the one that one of the ones we lost last night. Anyway, very sad. Our hearts are absolutely shattered. We're hanging in there better than we were last night, but because Alex saw it firsthand and was the one out here, and he's the one that's been taking care of them, it's just been really hard on him. And then yesterday morning, of course, starting the day off in the ER with that terrible reaction, his eye was swollen shut when he woke up. So definitely was an interesting Sunday, and I did not pick up the camera to record anything. But today's a new day. Today's actually Labor Day. So we're going to get this little project taken care of. I'm going to do some harvesting in the garden. I see some okra, of course, that needs to be picked, and we'll check on our lettuce while we're out there. And then I think I'm going to plant my mums today. The ironic thing behind all this is that when we purchased our chickens and we asked, about the kind of breeds to get, the black Australorp was recommended to us because they are less susceptible to prey attacks by hawks because of their black color. Most of the time they leave them alone because they think it's a crow. So that is a myth, or it was not our case. But yeah, that was one reason why we actually picked that breed, and that was the one that one of the ones we lost last night. Anyway, very sad. Our hearts are absolutely shattered. We're hanging in there better than we were last night, but because Alex saw it firsthand and was the one out here, and he's the one that's been taking care of them, it's just been really hard on him. And you parents will understand it's hard on us too when our children go through things. And then yesterday morning, of course, starting the day off in the ER with that terrible reaction, his eye was swollen shut when he woke up. So definitely was an interesting Sunday, and I did not pick up the camera to record anything. But today's a new day. Today's actually Labor Day. So we're going to get this little project taken care of. I'm going to do some harvesting in the garden. I see some okra, of course, that needs to be picked, and we'll check on our lettuce while we're out there. And then I think I'm going to plant my mums today. I'm waiting patiently for these pumpkins. This one is the color I want. I don't think it's getting any bigger, but like this one is still a mustard yellow, which would work. And then that one over there, I'm still waiting to get a different color, that one too. So, I don't know. I guess I'll give it a couple more days. There's an arrangement on my table that I want to add them to. My other pumpkin vines appear to have died. So we got a few little pumpkins that'll be cute on the table. The winter squash, that one's looking pretty good. The upside down view of it. And then there's another one over here. So I don't know. It looks like only 2 so far. That might be all we get, but we'll just take what the Lord gives us. I'm checking out to see if we have any lettuce starts popping up yet. It's more of the lime green color that I'm looking for, so I think that's some right there. Might be a few little ones popping up on this row. I believe I remember that they took a while to germinate. But over here, our radishes are coming along. I'll let them get a little bit. You see, that heavy rain washed out a few things, and that might be the case with the lettuce. We might just have to pick it where we find it, wherever it lands. But we'll thin these out here in the next probably week. Nothing from the carrots yet. That's okay. The cabbage looks all right. There's some dead leaves and we'll have to pull off. We did have a really hot day that got them. And then this is our spinach. I can't remember what spinach looks like when it starts out, but I don't know. I think I maybe see one. That might be one right there, but I'm not sure. We'll have to wait a couple more days on that. Oh, look, there's a bean that's popped up on its own. I guess they wanted to be in this garden anyway. Our cauliflower is looking pretty good. Need to get some of these little leaves off. And then our broccoli over here. So everything's good. It's still alive. That's a good sign. Might just get a few more Roma tomatoes after all. You know, I left this plant in here because I thought, well, it was over in the corner, it wasn't hurting anything, but I mean, they look pretty good so far, as long as they don't start to mold and they start turning pretty quick. We may have some Roma tomatoes, so that's good. We'll get those picked and move on out of here. These men and their ingenuity. Hanging okra treats. Come and get it. That looks like a jump ring. That is a jump ring.
That's what I had on hand.
That's funny.
Well, don't you say use
yes,
what you
use
have?
what you have. Oh, listen to y'all.
Fishing line.
And fishing line. Look at
Well, I
that.
have
Y'all
to.
so smart.
Simply use what you have and enjoy the moment.
Good job, Alex. Way to quote your mama. Hey girls, there's okra over here. Come and get it. I need y'all to love okra. Can you love okra for me? There's so much of it. It needs to be eaten, please. Please, won't you love okra? Okay, good girl. Oh yeah, you're my favorite. Oh, you're my favorite too. Oh yeah, get it, girls. Will she eat the okra? Come on, little girl, you can do it. Go get it. What is it with kids and vegetables? I don't know if I've showed you the inside of the coop, but Tim just built this. So cool. He's so smart. Yeah, where they would get in there and stir around, they would knock the shavings up against the door, so every time we open the door, they would fall out on the ground. So he built this neat little contraption here that will keep them in, and when we go to clean out the coop, we just lift it out.
You need 2 hands.
I know, can't do it with 2 hands, but you get the, I mean, can't do it with 1 hand, but you get the idea. So anyway, very cool, honey.
We're gonna add
Nice
one more
work.
resting bar right there.
Yeah.
It's 2 there. You can't. You have to hold the hammer up and change the angle so you can see there's actually 2 there.
Gotcha. Yeah.
One there, one behind it, and then we're gonna come right here on the 4x4 and attach it, which will be
Oh,
about
yeah.
a foot higher, and then come straight across to that one.
Neat. There'll be all kinds
And
of room in there.
that'll be 12 square feet for roosting. I'm
Yeah.
trying to figure out how to put one in the coop for them now, but
Yeah, we've
I
got
haven't
to,
any luck.
we do need to figure out the watering and feeding system. We just keep going back and forth on that. We haven't committed to anything yet. So we moved their water from inside the coop to outside the coop right now, which it works because they're still not full grown and that's enough water for them. We do have to change it, a couple times a day, or fill it up a couple times a day. So, very cool. All right, just an update. Nobody's eating the okra. Thinking about it, maybe. Okay, so a few days have passed, but we are back in the garden. I'm going to show you a little update. There's actually some pumpkins in here that I think I'm going to go ahead and pick and plant some things today. I'll let you see what I decided on a fall wreath. Get that done, get the outside of the house decorated. We shall continue what we started. So I'm not sure what's happening, but our vine looks great over here on our pumpkins, but then here these look like they're starting to die. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab this pumpkin because it looks like it was getting damaged a little bit. that one. There's one here and here. I think I've got 5 in all. Maybe it's just 4. Well, I found the culprit. I've got squash bugs all over the plants, but you can see too, I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, there's a worm in this one. So we're gonna go ahead and rescue these little cuties before any other damage occurs. Come on in. Hey, girls. So Alex brought the pumpkin over here. He said they had their first fall decoration, and they went ahead and took care of that worm that was in there. Do y'all remember the orb weaver that we relocated a few weeks ago? Well, I think I found it. Such a beautiful spider. Some of you are probably unsubscribing right now. Okay, back to work. So in addition to that little pumpkin, we picked 3 more, and I'm gonna clean those up. I think they're just gonna be perfect in our fall arrangement on the table. And then just to keep it festive, we picked up some witches' noses, as my husband calls them. So I don't know if we can put those around the house for fall decoration. We don't do a lot of Halloween decorating here, but anyway, I just cracked up when I saw those in the basket, because I guess I get what he's saying. They do look a little spooky. We do have quite a few radishes that are coming up, so I need to thin these out. I did that a little bit the other day and fed the ones I thinned out to the chickens, and those girls loved the radish leaves, so I'm going to give them a few more today. And the reason we thin these out is to result in a better harvest, because if they're bunched too close together, they will not grow a nice good sized radish underground. They'll be crowded out and you'll just get these little radish sticks. Or that's why it's important to thin them out. Want some more? Look, girls, I got you some goodies. Want some goodies? Here you go. Chicoletta, get over here. That's right. You'll be missing out. All right. Enjoy your treat. All right. I have my little setup here in the shade. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get, this is the mum that we had in the garden. I'm going to put it in this bigger pot. So I'm just going to repot it into this one. And then I think I'm going to use my smaller red mums in these 2 terracotta pots. So if you watch my fall decorating video, you'll know that I said that I try to use what I have on hand, but that this year I was definitely in the market for a new front door wreath. And so I shopped around, I looked and tried to find one that I liked, but I could not. So what I decided to do was take my eucalyptus wreath that I had made a couple of years ago. I've used it just year round in different places in the house, and buy some garland, which I picked up at Hobby Lobby, and that sign you see is brand new at Hobby Lobby this year. And so I decided to just temporarily attach these pieces to the wreath so that I could have a fall wreath, but then at the end of the season can take them off, and then we can go back to using the eucalyptus wreath throughout the year. I already had the wire on hand, and also I already had that bow. It came off another wreath, so I'm gonna see if I can make something out of all this. I mean, it might not work out, but I think just for no longer than we're going to need to use it for the next couple of months, that this will do the trick. And then maybe next year I will find a more permanent front door wreath. I'm very happy with the simplicity and how everything turned out this year. This is my cozy front porch. I love to spend the evenings here, and I'll probably be adding a little bit more fall decor, maybe some bigger mums to go in those baskets, but for now, I think it's perfect. I'm so happy with the way everything turned out. I love the wreath. It's exactly what I envisioned. So until next time, friends, remember to live simply, use what you have, and enjoy the moments you've been given. Bye for now.